Hello and welcome to this tutorial video on how to complete your Southern University's Network SPoC activity report. The first page of the report is the How to Complete tab, which contains some guidance on completing the report, the various areas and pages, and it also contains a link to our FAQs document, which you may find useful later on. The area at the top of this page contains a space for you to put your name, email address, and select your school from this drop-down box. And your Southern University's Network contact will include their information on the right-hand side here. The next page is the School Summary tab, which contains an overview of the activity that you've entered into this report and is useful for the Southern University's Network to get a brief overview of all the information in it. The first page, which requires your input, is the Year 9 Activity tab. There's an activity page like this for each of the year groups from Year 9 to Year 13, and we ask that you complete each page for each year group at your school. The first step is to include the data for your students, which is their full name, surname, and postcode. In order to copy and paste this in, you may already have the information in a separate spreadsheet like this. We've used example names here and example postcodes, so none of this data is real. To copy and paste your students in, you can either do it column by column or the whole range by clicking and dragging like so. I'm going to do it column by column in this example. So you highlight them all here, press Ctrl and C to copy that information, and then if you head over to your SPoC report, Ctrl V will paste it in. You can complete this for each of the columns, like so. You'll see that this then brings up in the Target Award column whether or not these students are Uni Connect target learners, Outreach Hub learners, or none of the above. The Uni Connect target learners are the ones which relate to funding for this academic year. Once you have your student information in, we ask that you put in the activity information. For this example, we're going to use a careers fair, and we're going to say that this is a careers fair attended by all Year 9 students. The following boxes all have drop-downs, and information on which of these to select can be found in our FAQs document, and there's a button on each of the activity pages just here. Click here for FAQs and that'll take you to our Google Doc, which has all of the information on which of these options to select. For this one, activity directed by, we're going to select SPoC funding activity. The activity type is going to be a general exhibition. Activity subtype will be careers related, and for the delivery method, we're going to say in person. This is a new feature given that a lot of delivery is happening online at the moment, so we have in person, email, telephone, web chat, video call, and text. Please select the most appropriate for your event. For activity duration, we ask that you input a whole number of hours. So for this one, we'll say it's an all-day event, and I'll put 6 in there. Activity date should be the date that the event took place. We ask that this is only in this date format of day, month, and year. If the activity is eventually cancelled, you can make a note of that here. If it's not cancelled, please leave it blank. And the HEAT activity ID will be provided to you by your Southern University's Network contact. Once you've entered in your student data and the information about the event or activity, this is where to record who attended the event. Because this one is for all Year 9s, we're going to put a 1 in the first column. And then if you double click this small green square here, it will paste it down through all of your Year 9 students. If you complete this step for each of your year groups and for each activity, that will be all of the input required for the year group activity pages. The final sheet in the SPoC activity report is the non-student activity tab, and this is the space for recording any events that you've done with parents or staff. This is a yes/no, the number of attended if any activity took place, and then the cost will go here. We're going to say that there has been some CPD for staff. We'll say that 10 staff members attended, and this will say UCAS CPD for 10 staff members. And that is all of the input required in the SPoC activity report. Just as a summary, if you do need help at any point, there is an FAQs button on each page, which will take you directly to the frequently asked questions for our report. And if you do require any further guidance, please contact your Southern Universities Network project leader or project facilitator. Thank you.